Scientists warn island will take a century to recover. Hawaii will take at least 100 years to fully recover from the devastation wreaked by the eruption of Kilauea, scientists have warned. Vast tracts of land have been swamped by a mighty river of red-hot lava that continues to stream from the volcano down to the ocean, where marine wildlife has also been wiped out. More than 600 properties have been engulfed by the volcano's fountains of fiery molten rock, and forests, farmland, and orchards have also been destroyed since the Big Island eruption began last month. Patrick Hart, a biology professor at the University of Hawaii at Hilo, said, before the eruptions, that area was probably the best forest left in the state of Hawaii. There were areas where the native ohia forest extended right up to the ocean that you just don't see that in the rest of Hawaii. Professor Hart said fruit trees, flowers, and ferns all withered and died in the noxious sulfur dioxide-filled air before the lava flows covered around 9 square miles of land under a 30-feet deep volcanic blanket. He said it could be at least a century before the decimated tracts of lava-covered forest begin to grow again, first with lichen and then native ferns and ohia trees that have adapted to grow on lava. In 150 years the land could begin to resemble a forest like the one that used to be there. Ryan Paroy, a volcanologist and associate professor at the university, said, "It's a very powerful thing to witness, but in geological terms, it's also not an unexpected event. This is how Puna was built, with volcanic eruptions. The lava is flowing along a well-established channel and entering the sea at Kapaho." Marine scientist Stephen Colbert said, Kapoho Bay was a very important recreational place for people in this area. There aren't a lot of places here where you can access the shoreline and get in the water easily, and this was one of those areas. It was also a very important research spot for us scientists. Professor Colbert said tidal pools at Kapoho Bay were home to thriving coral and abundant fish, especially small ones that found safe haven from predators in the protected environment. When the lava entered the ocean there, much of the marine life was covered or boiled alive. He said, for the animals right there, when the lava reaches the water, they don't have a chance. It's gone from beautiful Hawaiian water that is clear and turquoise, where you can see 50 to 60 feet down, to a muddy mess filled with volcanic glass particles. It blots out the sunlight so normal algae can't grow, and filter feeders like coral have to sort between bits of food and volcanic particles. Ocean expert John Burns said, there was no place like Kapoho in all of Hawaii. That entire habitat is gone now. In terms of marine organisms and coral, we're basically starting from day one now. Lavabergs form as experts admit they don't know when it'll end. Hawaii volcano Kilauea fissures has sent vent-sized chunks floating towards the Pacific Ocean as volcanologists admitted they are uncertain when the eruption will end. Hawaii volcano Kilauea has been erupting non-stop since May 3rd, creating nearly 20 cracks on the Earth's surface and spewing more than 30 BN gallons of lava as of June 11th. Alarming videos from Kilauea show steaming chunks of lava floating down a torrent of magma fueled by fissurate in the Lalani Estates area. Footage from Hawaii News Now reporter Mile Kalakan shows the van-sized debris rushing through the river of lava heading towards the Pacific Ocean. Kilauea's fissurate is still producing large amounts of lava, and fast-moving flows are traveling from their source directly into the ocean at Kapoho Bay. The U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, said that while fears of a further explosive eruption had decreased, it remains unclear how long still the eruption could go on. USGS volcanologist Wendy Stovall said, "It's nothing like we've witnessed in recent history. Right now we don't anticipate that, an explosion, occurring. We don't see a mechanism for that to happen." M. Stovall continued, "We are uncertain how much longer the activity will continue. We're seeing more of the same types of things we've seen for the past several weeks. Since the volcano's initial eruption on May 3rd, lava flows have covered an area of more than 9 square miles and destroyed at least 577 properties. Lava has also completely destroyed the Kapoho Bay region, filling in the bay and extending the coastline by close to a mile from its original position. Kilauea's volatile crater has lost around 250 million cubic meters of volume since the eruption began nearly 7 weeks ago. The subsiding Halemaumau crater summit has lost the equivalent of 100,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. USGS warned on Tuesday, June 19th that Kilauea's draining magma chambers are fueling the summit collapse. Despite the high rate of lava still spewing out of the volcano, local authorities announced they would begin to scale back operations as the magma flowing over Hawaii's Big Island is now covering areas that have already been destroyed. The ongoing eruption is destroying the Kilauea summit, causing Halemaumau's crater walls to collapse at an alarming rate. Aerial photography of the crumbling summit confirms an entire parking lot at the overlook vantage point has disintegrated into the widening crater. The USGS said on Thursday morning, a helicopter rover flight on June 19th confirms that the overlook parking area, closed since 2008, has slumped into the crater of Halemaumau. Kilauea is not the only volcano in the area, and USGS has put in alerts on another nearby volcano. Named Mauna Loa, it is the largest active volcano on the planet, and it is on yellow alert.
Hawaiian Volcano Observatory reports that Fissure 8 continues to erupt with a full channel flowing to the ocean in one major entry. Fissures 6, 15, and 16 continue producing minor spattering. Trade winds are forecasted to return today, pushing fog to the southwest. As of yesterday, 1,015 people have registered with the Federal Emergency Management Agency for assistance either online, by phone, or at the Disaster Recovery Center. Additionally, the Small Business Administration has handled 329 service requests from homeowners and or businesses at the Disaster Recovery Center. These are among the many resources that are available to residents of Hawaii County who suffered damage or losses from the Kilauea volcanic eruption and recent earthquakes. The Disaster Recovery Center is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and is located at the Keao High School gym. The Hawaii Department of Health is holding a volcanic ash and fog community meetings today at Waikoloa Elementary and Middle School cafeteria beginning at 6 p.m. We are on watch 24 hours a day for your safety. This is your Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency.
Hawaii volcano eruption will change the landscape. As well as coming to terms with the destruction of their homes and loss of property, residents of Hawaii's Big Island are also having to deal with their home habitat changing beyond recognition as a result of the Kilauea eruption. More than 2,000 people have been evacuated from their homes since the eruption started more than 1 month ago. 533 homes had been destroyed by the explosion, according to Hawaii Civil Defense. As well as homes and buildings, the lava flow has also destroyed natural areas, habitats, and at times, whole ecosystems. According to the United States Geological Survey, the event, while tragic, is part of the Earth's natural course. David Danby, a volcanologist with the USGS, told The Guardian, "From a human point of view, what's happening is tragic. But from the volcano's point of view, that's the job she does, to build new land and change the landscape. That's the way the Earth works." Puna is the area that has been most affected by the eruption, and before the explosion, the area was an important habitat for wildlife, as well as people's home, but it will now likely take 100 years before areas of forest can begin to grow again. Patrick Hart, a biology professor at the University of Hawaii, said, before the eruptions, that area was probably the best forest left in the state of Hawaii. There were areas where the native Ohio forest extended right up to the ocean, and you just don't see that in the rest of Hawaii, he added. However, this is the natural cycle of the volcanic islands. Ryan Paroy, a volcanologist at the University of Hawaii at Hilo, said, "It's a very powerful thing to witness. But in geological terms, it's also not an unexpected event. This is how Puna was built, with volcanic eruptions. The volcanic eruption could be far from over, according to some experts." Earlier this week, the United States Geological Survey, USGS, admitted there is no way of knowing when the volcano's lava flow may slow down or stop. When asked about the current state of the magma chambers, they said, "We are not exactly sure how much magma is stored beneath the summit. We have only estimates, but we are confident that it is at least in excess of 100 times what has been erupted so far. So we would need years of the current eruption rate to empty the summit."